As a kid, I relished solving riddles. I found joy in the perspectives they altered and the connections they fostered. To this day, there is one riddle I remember that went like this. A son and his father got into a horrible car crash, and the father unfortunately got killed. The son is then rushed to the hospital, but just as he is about to undergo the knife, the surgeon says, "I can't operate. That boy is my son." Who is the surgeon? As I was delighted to stump people as much as I did with this riddle, but the realization that some struggled to envision the surgeon as a woman saddened me deeply. This struggle isn't just confined to my circle of friends that I told this riddle to. It echoes as a broader perception of societal norms, particularly within the STEM field. The underrepresentation of women in STEM, especially in computer science, underscores the entrenched gender stereotypes that persist in our society today. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, only 35% of computer science bachelor degree students were from women, and only 19% of those were from women in computer science in the US in 2019. This disparity highlights the urgent need to address the gender bias and foster a greater inclusivity in the tech industry. Thank you for joining me in my TED Talk today. My name is Sneha Shah, and today we will discuss why it's so important to have women in the field of computer science, uncover the reasons behind their underrepresentation, and finally, envision a path for the next generation. So first, we will go over why having women in computer science is so important. Female representation in the field of computer science is pivotal to fostering innovation. A study conducted by Harvard Business Review found that teams that had gender diversity were overall more innovative and produced more patents than homogeneous ones. Through this, we could see that by empowering women, we can inspire the future generation, break stereotypes, and pave the way for greater equality and more innovation. Now we're ready to go into why women are underrepresented in the field of limiting beliefs. So I want to ask you all today, have you all ever, at any point in your life, strayed away from an activity because you were no good at it? Ever before? Yeah, me too. It can get frustrating at times. And the reasoning behind this can actually be attributed to a term called subconscious limiting beliefs. This is a term that refers to beliefs that are so deeply ingrained into our subconscious that they can, and these are traits about our abilities to accomplish certain things, and they can really hinder our pursuit in goals. For instance, a study done by the Developed Applied Psychology Institution found that girls as young as the age of 6 perceived boys as having greater mathematical ability than them. This can really hinder their confidence in their journey towards learning computer science and possibly stray them away from the field. Internalizing these beliefs can be dangerous because this can even get them away from the field and further it can further continue the cycle of underrepresentation. So I know this well because I have dealt with these limiting beliefs myself. So I'm interested in computer science. I have enrolled in programs offered through my elementary school and my middle school, but When I attended, I later lost interest because I felt out of place in the male-dominated space. So, on a fine sunny day, I decided to give this another shot. Unfortunately, I found myself with my fingers standing motionless above the keyboard as I watched others report their high accuracy for the models they've been training. Feeling hopeless, I stayed after class and I looked to my instructor in hopes that she could guide me. She gave me a thorough explanation of how the algorithm works, how to run the code, how to write the code, and how to run the model. With her support, I overcame these doubts and I started to feel confident in starting tech projects. So after the class, I looked at every line of code, I reviewed it, and then I mastered it. And it was with this that I rediscovered my passion for technology. It was from this day onwards that I decided, no matter how many times I tried and failed, I knew that I wanted to have a tech career. Now, I strive to empower girls facing similar struggles by hosting workshops to expose them to AI concepts from a young age to prepare them for their computer science journey ahead and prevent them from feeling lost or behind. So now that we understand what a limiting belief is and how that can play an impactful role in continuing the cycle of underrepresentation, we are now ready to understand how we can look towards the next generation to break this cycle by understanding how we can challenge our limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are a broad aspect, and they can really be applied to any aspect of your life. So with these methods that I'm about to share with you, feel free to apply these to any domain of your life you feel you are hesitant to take action in and would like to improve more. By now, we know that it is essential to break limiting beliefs for girls to enter computer science. So first, get inspired by the successes of those before you. Ada Lovelace, did you know, created the field of computer science. She is known today as the world's first computer programmer. She used the analytical engine and she applied use cases of the analytical engine, which is the first modern computer today, to purposes that we actually use computers today for. Hedy Lamarr pioneered wireless communications, such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS, and this shows the impactful power of women in the field of computer science. She actually was a Hollywood actress, and during World War II, she developed what's called the FHSS, which is a system that decreased Austria's vulnerability in the World War. This then became patented and developed more and more into what we know today as Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. Grace Hopper, she is the pioneer of coding. Her first computer compiler shows the transformative effect of women today, of women's contributions to computer science and how they have been carried today. So the next thing, now that we are equipped with the knowledge of the successes before us, now it's time to finally put ourselves out there. And this applies to everything, not just computer science. So now that you know what limiting beliefs are and how you can challenge them, now that you have this knowledge, the next time you put yourself out of your comfort zone, you can allow yourself to take this opportunity without the worry of making mistakes. Because it's not the result that matters, but rather your initiative to take this new action, make the mistake, and embracing your failure and learning from it that really empowers us all to grow. So, as we wrap up today, I urge all the little girls, the teenagers, and the adult women to explore computer science. Even if you're not quite sure that it's an area you want to pursue, you might discover a new interest. I encourage you to dive into the wealth of online sources where you can learn computer science, machine learning, and AI concepts for free. With this, we can turn women's contributions to the field of computer science from Ada to algorithms. Thank you.